Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right, that's all for that this morning. Once again, good morning, Arizona Bob. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Krista. No crude oil inventory report this morning. That is tomorrow morning at 11 because of the Monday holiday this week. We have a get in sync long trade on the YM possible. And we're in a long trade that's gone too far on soybeans, so we'll wait for a new setup there. Crude just stopped out of its POQ trade. First trade of the morning set up a few minutes early, 8:54.57. But we have plenty of time to get in after 9 o'clock. Comes down, gives us some heat. Gives us target 1 and almost target 1 on the trailer. Target 1 was 86.60 for 19 ticks and 86.54 for 13. So 32 ticks, one and done session. And unleaded, this is a 200 EMA trade, not actually part of the trade plan, and also set up right on the start time, 3 seconds after. Bars printing very quickly, 6 seconds from setup to close of that first bar, and never coming back to the entry. That one should likely have been too fast to catch. So we wait and ultimately get the short trade, 902.38. Entry at 863. That picks up target 1 for 33 ticks for target 1 traders, 51 ticks for target 2 traders, 851 for the trailing stop, for 12 ticks, and a one and done session for everybody. So we will put the micro in queue up and see where that's going to go today. And we're just about ready to start. Good morning, Pamela. Or good afternoon to you for where you are. And session is open, and we just came back. And I believe we've had time to get into that trade. You should be in the long trade. If not in it, it's still a valid get in sync. And long setup there. Russell is in a long. That's pre-market, so we are not in that trade. That was back at 8:30 this morning. Yes, Krista. I'm running NinjaTrader, so I can only I've selected Eastern as my base time for everything. But the Russell started at that trade I'm showing at 8:30 would actually be 7:30 Central or exchange time. So yes, it matches up to the start time on my chart would be 9:30 rather than 8:30. That also would be true for soybeans, which is traded out of Chicago. Start time would be 8:30 Central Time. Pound Aussie avoided the short, but we just took a full stop on the long trade. All right, we aren't to our start time yet. Waiting 4 minutes. So Micro NQ, another market traded out of Chicago. I hear you, Krista. Well, you're in Canada, but you're in what would be U.S. Mountain Time, correct? So yeah, you're a couple hours ahead of us. So with you being on NinjaTrader, your chart is, rather than saying 9:30, is going to say 7:30 for your start time on the Russell. If you're using your local time zone. And since almost nothing does use that time zone, you might want to actually set your chart time zone for either Central or Eastern. Yeah, every time I travel to Mountain or to Pacific time, I have that much more respect for Troy and how early he has to get up to do this. And I'm thankful he was willing to do that so that I could learn. All right, short trade on the Micro NQ, a minute too early. We can get in sync with this, and we are in our session, so there's an entry. This is a big trade. Big wick on it, so 34 tick target or 34 point target one. So I would move my targets up. It's targets 1, 2, and 3 rather than 2, 3, and 4. Target 1 is still our money management level as well. YM getting into a short, now stopping and reversing at 81 to long. Right there. And now taking some heat. YM seeming to be trending down. And soybeans with a long trade. 53 to, yeah, plenty of time on that. Just hit the entry again. And money management is in between targets 1 and 2. So 2 positions at target 2 and 1 at target 3. And there is a potential stop and reverse at 57 on the YM. I would take that down to 56, but yeah, the low was 57. I should have taken that down to 56 or maybe even 55. Don't want to adjust it too much, but it did trigger, and so we're short. And there is money management and target 1 on the short side. Actually, target 2 is going to be, because we are at 17 ticks to target 1. So target 2 is our target here. Minimum of 20 ticks to target 1. And there's target 2. So we pick up 27 ticks to target 2. Let's see, we had 64 to 81, 17 ticks. So that's down 34, and 81 to 57. $24 is 48 and 34 is 82. So we're down 55. Stop at 56 at the moment. And soybeans taking off. 2 positions at target 2, 8 ticks each, and target 3 for 11. So 16.27, and we are trailing at 78.5. Soybeans blasting through session highs. Micro NQ and a Micro Russell with a long trade. Needs 4 ticks beyond target 1, so 91.5 to come to break even. We need another 3 ticks. 14 tick minimum to come to break even. And soybeans to 79.5 and 79 3/4. Russell moving up nicely, target 3, and trailing at 90.4. And I believe that, yeah, we got target 4. 90.9. And the YM with a long trade now. Stopping out at 56, it looks like. Yep. And reversing to long. Now that one, I would probably try to push that to 58, maybe even 59. Get it around the 20 SMA, but still would be in the trade. And we have a stop and reverse on micro NQ. Call it 91.5. The entry is at 90. Yeah, I'd give it a point. So 91.5. And we just triggered in. 91.9 for the Russell stop. So long on micro NQ with a stop and reverse. That cut our loss in about half, but that's still that's pretty close to a standard trade. YM money management down 54, and there's target 1 for 21, so that leaves us down 33. Stop at 58, looks like. No, 57. Stop at 57. Getting close to money management there. Looks like a tick away. Target 1 at 507 flat, and we got as high as, yeah, 1 tick away. 80 3/4 for the soybeans trailing stop. Yeah, 12 ticks there. This will be a one and done on soybeans. YM to 569 for the stop. Going through target 3. 92.3 for the Russell stop, and a break-even stop out on the micro NQ. $81 flat for soybeans. And the micro Russell stopped out 569. Still for the YM stop, that's 12 ticks. And a new short on the micro NQ. And micro NQ definitely in the short now. Starting to push down. Target at 468 flat. That is our money management target level. $5.78, so that's 21, and stopping out there, so we're still down 22 ticks. And now we go short. That was a quick spike, that was too fast to catch it on the bounce. Now it just triggered in. Adjusting around that spike wouldn't have been a bad idea either. Good morning, Don. Okay, the micro NQ short got close to money management, but now pulling up again, pulling back. Actually, I may have misspoken there. Uh, 22, okay, so we're down 21. Or no, we're down 12. Yeah, we got 22 ticks. So we're down 11. Down just 11 ticks on the YM. Started off with 2 stop and reverses, and a couple of winners, and another long trade on micro Russell. 91.8 for the entry. I didn't see how quickly that pulled back. Ooh. And we have a full stop out, potential stop and reverse, it looks like. And then just stopped in micro NQ, just lost number 2 for the full stop out. Entry is at 99.50, and our active stop was at 500 even, I would definitely have pushed that up at least a tick, probably two, to 500.50. But that 500.50 would have been the stop and reverse anyway. So that's a full stop out. And now long on the micro NQ. I'm going to make that 0.50. Make the 2-tick adjustment around. Even if I'm not using key level adjustments on a quarter point market, 15,500 is just too big a key level not to adjust around. Alright, soybeans stopped out at 1381 flat. Picking up 13 ticks on the trailer, along with 1627. So 40 ticks, 10 points, $500 for 4-position trade. And the micro Russell stopping out, and that would be a stop out if you were able to get in that. Otherwise, it's no trade. I will treat it as a loss. So we got 1 win, 1 loss on the Russell this morning. Micro NQ looking like it's in noise again this morning. YM with a short trade, got in it, and now we have a stop and reverse at 601. $97 is where the plotted entry is, and that definitely adjusts to 601 on the major key level. That's our stop and reverse. And target is, target's only going to be 18 ticks, so we'll go to target 2 should we reverse. But so far we have not. Short trade on the micro Russell. Looks like definitely had time to get in that. There's target 1, and I believe, let's see, that's 1.3. So yeah, we've got our money management level, so 87.8 for the stop on the micro Russell, taking heat on the micro NQ. And the stop and reverse on the YM has canceled. Unadjusted, not hit. We closed at the stop, for the long trade, so that cancels that trade. Second close below the balance line, so either way it cancels. So we're back to working our way down. Micro Russell trade back to the entry. And we're coming up on crude inventory not crude inventory session, the 10 a.m. crude session. And target 2 on that one. Actually, that just stopped out, so it's off the table as a get in sync in just under 3 minutes. 250. And we did stop out for a break even on the Russell. So 1 win, 1 loss, 1 break even on the Russell. And there is loss number 3 on the micro NQ, and that will end the session. Micro NQ having a rough time the last few days, just kind of noisy, even on the 12 point. 6 point might be better there. Just complexion of the market right now, making moves but not extending enough to get us to targets on the 12 point bar, 12 point brick. Soybeans is done. There is a new long. It looks like it had a short trade that got target 1 and a tick, and now in another new long trade. YM in consolidation, oscillating around the 50 and the 20 coming up to meet it. 50 EMA, 20 S simple moving average. I use Uni-Renko for my Renko bars on NinjaTrader, Krista. And so what I've got to match with this TradeStation custom Renko that Troy is using is there's a nice little short, and the YM going to target 29 ticks. That'll get us positive. That's going to be the POQ. Okay, yeah. So you'll set the offset that Troy speaks about. In this case, for the micro NQ, I'm using the 3 point offset, which is 12 ticks. So that's your 12 tick trend ticks, tick trend. So 12, 36 is the open offset, and 84 is the reversal. So the offset he speaks of, the trade plan speaks of, will be your trend ticks, number of ticks that the offset is based on the price, will be your trend ticks. Your open offset will be what it takes to get back to the open from the prior close. So it'll be the brick less the trend minus the trend tick trend, and then open offset plus the brick size, which would be brick size in this case is 48 ticks for the 12 point brick, plus the 36 is where I get the 84 tick reversal from. All right, YM stopping out. That will finish us up on the YM for a positive day. We got 29 on target. We were down 11, so that's 18. We stop out at 552 from our entry at 573. That's another 21, so 39 ticks. Marginal day, but still positive, and working the plan. And I wasn't watching, and the pound Aussie came around and gave us a really nice up move. Just gets one target, but that's a 22 pip target. And then we come back, stop out. That is our first trade of the day. And so that is a one and done session. Trailing out at 604. The entry was at 592. So 12 pips on the trailer times 4 positions. That's 48 pips. And 22 on target makes it 70 pips on the morning. For just a little target one winner. And we are in our 10 a.m. crude session. And we definitely should have been in this trade. That one was too early. This one definitely is and hitting target 1 on the nose, so this will be a one and done session. Stop at 86.88. Obviously our entry was at 89. And we pick up 16 ticks on target. So the YM is POQ, soybeans is POQ. We have a win, a loss, and a break even on the micro Russell. Pound Aussie was one and done POQ. Crude is going to have 2 POQ sessions this morning. And unleaded was one and done. So good morning. And stopping out for 1 tick on the trailer. So that is done. The only thing we have left then is the micro Russell up to 3 trades. But not giving us a whole lot right now, and that's, I don't think, unless anybody has questions, that'll be enough to keep us in here. Russell definitely, well, for the last 20 minutes or so, seems to be in a downtrend. There's trade number 4 on the micro Russell. How are you coming with your setup on NinjaTrader, Krista? Are you getting all set? Have you been able to get your real-time data yet? No crude oil session today. That is tomorrow. For anybody coming in expecting a crude oil session today. I understand things can get busy. Ah, okay. And that's a full loss on the M2K. Let's see if we actually got triggered into that. I make it a 4-second chart because that means 2 bars is 8 seconds. Yep, we are in that, so that unfortunately is loss number 2. And now we go long. Trade number 5. And that was a larger loss than normal, with a wick on the setup bar. And taking some heat there. And stopping out of the Russell for loss number 3. That ends all of our charts this morning. So unless anybody has more questions or things that they would like to discuss, I'm going to call it a day for this morning. Wish everybody a good afternoon. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9:30. Crude oil inventory session at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah, you're quite welcome. You have a good day as well. You're welcome, Pamela. And I have you on the calendar for Friday morning, or morning for me, Friday at 11. I don't see anybody, don't see any new questions coming in. So I'm going to bid everybody adieu, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. Everyone have a good afternoon.